Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. We are doing the chapter equality in political theory, and under this chapter in the previous class we have discussed about the economic equality, and in this regard we have seen the two ideologies. The one was Marxism and the other was liberalism, and these two ideologies are completely opposite to each other. Though the purpose of both these two ideologies is to eliminate inequality, but their method or their idea to remove inequality is opposite to each other. In case of Marxism, we have seen that Karl Marx was of the opinion that only by providing equality of opportunity we cannot bring equality in a society, especially that society in which entrenched inequality is prevailing. And for that, Marx is of the opinion that there is need of something more. There is need to do something more by the state. And what is that? That is end of the institution of private property. Karl Marx was of the opinion that private property was the main reason behind the economic inequality which are prevailing in the country, in any society, and this economic inequality leads to political and social equality also. So in the view of Marx, both all the inequalities, social, political and economic, they all are linked, they all are connected to each other, and in all these inequalities the economic inequality becomes the most important reason for social and political inequality. If there is inequality in the economic conditions of the people, then this inequality will lead to social and political inequality, according to Marx. And this economic inequality cannot be eliminated only by providing equality of opportunity. This economic inequality can be eliminated only by ending the institution of private property. Okay. Now we have seen the opposite view also. That was the view of liberalism. The ideology of liberalism is also talks of equality. They want equality in the society, and for that purpose they are also of the opinion that equality of opportunity is important in order to bring equality in the society, bring equality in the economy, but that is not the only thing which is needed to be done. Beyond this equality of opportunity, there is need of competition. Free and fair competition should be there. Everyone should be free to compete. Everyone should have equal rights to compete. There should not be any kind of impartiality in the competition. There should not be given any kind of priority to any group for this competition. The competition should be 100% free and fair, and then only there will be equality, because the resources will be distributed according to the merits of the persons, and this will bring equality in the society. Other than this, there is no requirement of anything other than this. So these are two different, not different, but these are two opposite views regarding economic equality. Okay, so we can write it down. Marxism and liberalism. Marxism supports end of private property. And liberalism supports free and fair competition. So these are the two opposite views, and both are supporting equality. Both are in favor of bringing equality. So now we will consider the other things. For liberals, the principle of competition is the most just and efficient way of selecting candidates for jobs or admission to educational institutions. So liberals are of the view that if we want to select candidates for the job, or if we want to select candidate for admission in the educational institute, there must be free and fair competition. That is the most just and efficient way of selecting the candidates. If the candidates are selected by competition, then it will be fair and just. There will not be any kind of injustice with any group or community. So competition, free and fair competition, is the only way through which the candidates should be selected for jobs as well as for admission to educational institutes. For instance, in our country, many students hope for admission to professional courses, and entry is highly competitive. We experience this competition. We know that in a country like India, we are having this competition. So many students are there, so many people are there who want their admission in professional courses. But in order to get admission in these professional courses, they have to undergo a very high level of competitive examination, and those who succeed in this competitive examination, they get admission for that for those professional courses. So this is based on purely merit. From time to time, the government and the courts have stepped in to regulate educational institutes and the entrance test to ensure that everybody gets a fair and equal chance to compete. So what we find that in our country, if we consider the matter of our country, we see that this competition is not completely free, because our government has adopted the policy of reservation, isn't it? And when we are adopting this policy of reservation, it means that a particular community is positively discriminated. Here discrimination is done, है ना, discrimination हो रहा है, but this discrimination is positive, because the purpose of discrimination is not to obstruct the growth of any particular group. The purpose of discrimination is to pave the way for the growth of a particular group or community. So this is called positive direction. And why the government is doing all these things? Why the government is interfering in this free and fair competition? Why government is adopting this policy of reservation? Many times the matter goes in the courts also, and the courts also deliver judgment regarding these competitions, because it is the duty of the government, it is the duty of the court to see that these competitions must be held in such a way that all the communities or all the groups of the country should get a fair chance. Some may still not get admission, but it is considered to be a fair way of distributing limited seats. The seats are very limited, we all know, and that is why the competition is so tough, and this is the best way to distribute the limited seats among the people. So this is the concept of liberalism, but in this we have adopted the policy of reservation, which is to give priority to a particular community, which goes against the idea of liberalism. It's not complete liberalism. If a country will adopt the ideology of liberalism completely, then in that case there will be no reservation policy. We are liberal, we have adopted the principle of free and fair competition, but in this free and fair competition we are discriminating among the communities, and the purpose of this discrimination is positive. We are discriminating the government, we means the government is discriminating not for किसी एक ग्रुप के अगेंस्ट ये डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं है, बल्कि एक ग्रुप को आगे लाने के लिए, जिसके साथ काफ़ी कुछ हुआ है इन द पास्ट, उनको पीछे धकेला गया है, तो इन ऑर्डर टू ब्रिंग देम इन इक्वालिटी with other communities, this reservation is given, and this is why it is called positive discrimination. So now, unlike socialists, liberals do not believe that political, economic and social inequalities are necessarily linked. As I told you, this was the most important ideology of Marx, idea of Marx, that all the three inequalities, the social inequality, the political inequality and the economic inequality, are interlinked. If there is lack of economic equality in the society, then there cannot be social and political equality in the society. This is the view of Karl Marx. But liberals are not of that view. They are of the view that all these three dimensions or forms of equality are not connected to each other. They are free of each other. They maintain that inequalities in each of these spheres should be tackled appropriately. It's not कि अगर इकोनॉमिक इनइक्वालिटी को हमने कंट्रोल कर लिया तो सोशल और पॉलिटिकल भी अपने आप कंट्रोल हो जाएगा. लिबरल्स आर नॉट ऑफ दैट व्यू. उनका कहना है कि ऑल द इनइक्वालिटी शुड बी टैकल्ड अप्रोप्रिएटली. हर इनइक्वालिटी को टैकल करने का अपना अलग तरीका होना चाहिए. Thus, democracy could help to provide political equality, but it might be necessary to also devise different strategies to deal with social differences and economic inequality. So, what we see that in a democracy is a form of government, and in a democracy there is a rule of people. People rule through their representatives, and people elect these representatives through elections. And in order to take part in the election, it is very much important, it is very much essential for the people to have right to vote. So in a democracy, political equality is achieved. Without political equality, democracy cannot be there. अगर democracy है तो political equality तो होगी ही होगी, because everyone will be given equal status. Every citizen is given equal status by the constitution or by the government. So democracy means political equality, but democracy को लाने के लिए political equality जरूरी है, but there may be social and economic inequality. So if there is social and economic inequality, then these inequalities should be tackled in their own way. अगर हम डेमोक्रेसी है हमारे यहाँ तो पॉलिटिकल इक्वालिटी तो आ जाएगी, बट सोशल और इकोनॉमिक इक्वालिटी अपने आप नहीं आएगी. We will have to put some effort to bring that social and economic equality. The problem for liberals is not inequality as such, but unjust and entrenched inequality which prevent individuals from developing their capabilities. So inequality, as we have discussed earlier also, the entrenched inequality is highly undesirable, because this entrenched inequality is very difficult to remove. So that is very important. The liberals are also of the view, the Marxists are also of the view that entrenched inequality should be removed, because it prevents individuals from developing their capabilities. They will not be able to develop their abilities, their capacities, their talents. So this entrenched inequality must be removed from the society, and it needs a lot of effort, not only from the part of the government but also from the part of the citizens. Okay, and in this regard we will discuss two more ideologies. One is feminism and the other is socialism. It is given in the boxes. You can see it's page number 42. On page number 42 feminism is given. First we will discuss feminism, and then on page number 44 socialism is given. So after feminism, socialism will be discussed. So the ideology is feminism. Feminism is a political doctrine of equal rights for women and men. What is feminism? It's a political principle or doctrine, we can say. Doctrine means principle, सिद्धांत, ठीक है. It's a political doctrine which talks of equal rights for men and women. Feminism, there should be equality between men and women. There should not be any kind of discrimination on the basis of gender. This is feminism. Feminists are those men and women who believe that many of the inequalities we see in society between men and women are neither natural nor necessary and can be altered so that both men and women can lead free and equal lives. So the feminism is based on this ideology that there is no difference between male and female. Whatever is said that there is natural difference between male and female, that is not correct to say that any kind of natural difference between men and women. It is considered, we know all these things, that there is division of work. In a society, there is division of work on the basis of gender. Male are considered to be fit for earning the livelihood, and female are considered to be fit for doing the household work. So this was the norm which was adopted from the बहुत पहले के टाइम से जो हम इसको एक्सेप्ट करते आ रहे हैं, है ना. This division of work is there. Men will be doing work outside the house for livelihood, and women will work inside the house. And it is considered that women can work efficiently these types of work like cooking, tailoring, then cleanliness. All these things are considered to be the work of the woman, क्योंकि वो इन कामों को ज़्यादा efficiently कर सकती है. Naturally, it is said, it's not real, but it is said that naturally they are capable of doing all these things in a more appropriate manner, and male will not be able to cook food दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू स्टिच द क्लोथ्स. अगर अपने घर में भी तुम देखते होगे, वॉट एवर यू सी इन योर हाउस, की मम्मी जो है वही ये सब काम करती है, खाना बनाने का, देन स्टिचिंग का काम हो, क्लीनलीनेस का काम हो. ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर डन बाय द फीमेल members in the society, in the house, in the family, है ना. Now just consider another issue. जब हम मार्केट में जाते हैं and we see, we go to a restaurant. In all the famous restaurant there are chefs are male. If you go to the boutique or a tailor shop, you will see there is a male member who is doing the tailoring work. So here what happens, that male are doing those things, cooking कर रहे हैं मेल, टेलरिंग कर रहे हैं. क्यों? अभी तो हमें ये बताया जा रहा था कि वुमेन जो होती हैं वही घर के काम अच्छे से कर सकती हैं. कुकिंग में कभी भी मेल जो है वो, मोस्टली कुछ मेल होते हैं जो कुकिंग करते हैं, बट इन जनरल मेल को नहीं माना जाता है कि नहीं वो कुकिंग नहीं करते हैं, घर में उनको नहीं कर सकते हैं, वो सिलाई नहीं कर सकते हैं. लेकिन जब हम बाहर की दुनिया में जाते हैं तो हमें देखते हैं कि ये सारे एरियाज़ भी जो कि फीमेल डोमिनेटेड होता है, दीज वर्क्स आर ऑल्सो डन बाय मेल. क्यों ऐसा होता है? क्यों मेल इसको करते हैं? क्योंकि यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है कि उसके साथ लाइवलीहुड जुड़ गया, उससे पैसा मिल रहा है. वो जो काम कर रहे हैं, जब अगर वो होटल में शेफ़ हैं तो उन्हें पैसा मिल रहा है. अगर वो घर में खाना मम्मी बना रही है तो उसके लिए मम्मी को पैसा नहीं मिल रहा है. बट अगर होटल में वो खाना बना रहे हैं तो उसके लिए उसको पैसे मिल रहे हैं. घर में अगर सिलाई कर रही है फीमेल तो उसके लिए उसको पैसे नहीं मिल रहे हैं. मगर अगर ये शॉप पे टेलरिंग हो रही है तो उसके लिए उसको पैसे मिल रहे हैं. तो जब इसके साथ पैसा एसोसिएटेड हो जाता है, मनी एसोसिएटेड हो जाता है, लाइवलीहुड आ जाता है इसके साथ में, तो फिर जो ये हमने डिमार्केशन किया था डिवीज़न ऑफ वर्क का, वो सारा ख़त्म हो जाता है. तो व्हाट इज़ द कंक्लूज़न? कंक्लूज़न इज़ कि देयर इज़ नो डिफरेंस बिटवीन मेल एंड फीमेल. हर कोई हर काम कर सकता है. आज के समय में देखिए तो जो वुमेन है वो लाइवलीहुड भी अर्न करती है, घर के भी काम करती है, लाइवलीहुड भी अर्न करती है. तो ये जो माना जाता है कि देयर इज़ नेचुरल डिफरेंस बिटवीन मैन एंड वुमेन, दैट इज़ टोटली रॉन्ग. ये जो भी हम डिफरेंसेस है मैन एंड वुमेन के बीच का, दैट इज़ सोशली प्रोड्यूस्ड. बट वो इतने लंबे समय से पीछे से ये चीज़ें आती जा रही हैं कि वी स्टार्ट टू कंसिडरिंग इट एज natural. Okay, so this is the thing. Feminists are of the view that there is no difference, no natural difference between men and women. Both men and women are equal, and they must lead free and equal lives because they are equal. There is no difference, no natural difference between the two. According to feminists, inequality between men and women in society is the result of patriarchy. Why there is inequality between men and women? The main reason is patriarchy. So if there is we see that there is difference between men and women, the reason is patriarchy. And what is patriarchy? Patriarchy is this term refers to a social, economic and cultural system that values men more than women and give men more power over women. So this is patriarchy is a kind of system in which men are given more value than women, and because men are given more value than women, so men are given more power than women. We have a patriarchal society क्योंकि जस्ट जो चीज़ें हैं हमारी सोसाइटी की वो सारी पेट्रियार्कल हैं, बिकॉज जैसे एक लड़की का बर्थ होना और एक लड़के का बर्थ होना, इवन टुडे कितना भी एडवांस सोसाइटी हो, कितनी भी एडवांस फैमिली हो, बट देयर विल बी सम काइंड ऑफ डिफरेंस इन जॉय, इन द फीलिंग ऑफ जॉय। एक लड़के के होने बर्थ पे जो खुशी होती है और एक लड़की के बर्थ पे जो खुशी होती है, अगर हम बहुत हाई सोसाइटी की भी बात करें तो वहाँ पर भी कहीं ना कहीं वो डिफरेंस नज़र आता है, बहुत हल्का ही सही, बट द डिफरेंस इज़ देयर। तो ये क्या है? ये हमारा पैट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी है। और अगर हम कॉमन पीपल की बात करें तो फिर तो ये बहुत ही आम चीज़ है कि मेल चाइल्ड इज़ गिवन प्रायोरिटी ओवर द फीमेल चाइल्ड। अगर मेल चाइल्ड का बर्थ होता है तो उसका बहुत वेलकम होता है, फीमेल चाइल्ड का बर्थ होता है तो उसका वेलकम नहीं होता है। सो वेलकम की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए, प्री बर्थ फेटिसाइड भी होता है। वी ऑल नो ऑल दीज थिंग्स, वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन क्लास 10th, वी हैव रेड अबाउट दिस टॉपिक इन आवर क्लास 10th सिविक्स बुक ऑल्सो, और जिसमें हम लोगों ने देखा था कि किस तरह से जो सेक्स रेशियो है इंडिया में वो घटता जा रहा है। जो वुमेन है पर 1000 मेल पे जो वुमेन का नंबर होना चाहिए वो दैट इज़ डिक्रीजिंग, दैट इज़ ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ दिस प्री बर्थ सेक्स डिटर्मिनेशन से लोग फिर उसको फिटिसाइड करते हैं, दैट इज़ द रीज़न। तो ये चीज़ें क्या है? दिस इज़ पैट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी। ये पैट्रियार्कल सोसाइटी का एक बहुत बढ़िया एग्जाम्पल है। Patriarchy is based on the assumption that men and women are different by nature. This is patriarchy. Patriarchy believes that men and women are different by nature. Nature ने दोनों को बिल्कुल अलग अलग qualities दी हैं, okay? And that this difference justifies their unequal position in society because nature has differentiated between male and female. Nature has differentiated between men and women, so they will be given different status. नेचर ने एक को सुपीरियर बनाया, मेल को सुपीरियर बनाया है और फीमेल को इन्फीरियर बनाया है, तो अकॉर्डिंगली जो हमारी सोसाइटी है उसमें मेल का सुपीरियर स्टेटस होता है, फीमेल का इन्फीरियर स्टेटस होता है। Patriarchy is based on the assumption that men and women are different by nature and this difference justify their unequal position in society. Feminists question this way of thinking by making a distinction between sex, i.e. biological differences between men and women, and gender, which determines the different roles that men and women play in the society. So there is biological difference between men and women, because if we see, only women can become pregnant and only women can bear child, okay? This is the difference between men and women, but it does not mean that after giving birth the child should be taken care only by the female. The child should be taken care only by the mother. This division of work is not natural, okay? The division of work which is done by society, it is not done by nature, it is done by society. So biological differences हैं, but इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि there should be division of work based on gender, okay? So for instance, the biological fact that only women can become pregnant and bear children does not require that only women should look after children after they are born. That is the fact. जो बायोलॉजिकल डिफरेंसेस है उसको हम छोड़ दें, उसके अलावे जो चीज़ें डिवीज़न ऑफ वर्क हो जाता है, दैट डिवीज़न ऑफ वर्क इज़ नॉट नेचुरल बट दैट इज़ डन बाय द सोसाइटी. And all these, as I told you earlier also, all these rules of society have been made by the male members of the society. So they have made such rules कि उनके लिए जो comfortable हो ऐसे rules बनाए गए. So it is all socially produced. Feminists show us that much of the inequality between men and women is produced by society and not by nature. So we will continue this discussion of feminism in the next class also. and socialism will also be discussed in the next class. Okay, so this is all for today.